What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so I'm on USA Today, and we have just finished Wrestlemania 40. I watched both nights. I was amazed and astounded. I thought it was a phenomenal 2 days. And ever since they've gone to the 2 day WrestleMania format, I can't always say that. Like one night will be really strong, and then they'll have maybe a match or two on the other night. It'll either be day one or day two. So it's like, I thought day one was really strong with Roman Reigns and The Rock and Seth Rollins and Cody. I thought that was such a good setup. But then the second night, I just everything happened. As you can see, there is the man himself, Cody Rhodes. Let me actually pull up some of these photos. They've got some great photos here. And yeah, Cody Rhodes, the story's not over. The story is continuing. Cody has won the the Universal Championship. Okay. But yeah, like I said, the whole thing, I thought they played it perfectly. There was some Bailey, that match that she had with Io Sky, I thought, and I've been very critical of the women's division. I don't know, sometimes with women's sports, it puts me to sleep. I'm not gonna lie. But I've always liked Bailey. I like Becky Lynch. I like Charlotte Flair. I like Ronda Rousey as an entertainer. She was a terrible wrestler. I don't think that's. I thought she, when she was in the UFC, I was, a huge fan of hers. And then when she came over to WWE, but she never quite became what I was hoping she was going to be. But I love Ronda Rousey. If I met Ronda Rousey, I'd turn into a 10-year-old kid, and I'd be like, oh my God, and I'd be freaking out. But this is something that you see this picture here. This is Randy Orton with Speed, and they did a thing. Speed's got the Prime suit on. He's friends with Logan Paul and what's the other guy, KSI, that co-own or they're majority partners in the Prime Energy drink. And so Speed's a huge streamer. That guy does crazy numbers. He'll go live and like 200, 300,000 people be watching him. So obviously they want to get somebody, and they want to keep that young demographic watching WWE. So they brought him in. He's, because Prime, if you saw the Matt, Prime Energy drink had the Matt advertisement. So all the WrestleMania matches had that big Prime logo in there. So obviously, yeah, they had the hydration station by the rings and all that. So some of that stuff was cool. Yeah, I don't know how much they paid, but it was worth it because I actually want to try. I've never tried Prime, but I actually want to try some of it. I was like, I want to try some of this Prime Energy drink. Look at this crazy. Let me see. Can I zoom in? That Logan Paul is so good. I was so glad when he won. He won this triple threat match. But man, Logan Paul's been putting on some matches. He's been putting the work in. I love it. I love watching him. LA Knight, he won his match versus AJ Styles. I know some people are disappointed. Like I said, they wanted him to win, but they were hoping that LA Knight was going to be positioned in a situation where he could go on to maybe have a title reign. And now they've got him like upper mid card, it seems like, especially since The Rock came back. I've seen a lot of the wrestling pages and the YouTube channels that cover wrestling. They've all talked about, it's like, wow, it looked like LA Knight was about to make a run, and they kind of got him up out of there. But let's see. Oh, this is the Street Profits thing, and this was really cool because they had Bubba Ray Dudley as the special referee, and they did some Dudley Boy stuff. I thought, like I said, it was really cool. I love this moment for so many reasons. This is, of course, Damian Priest with the World Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, you see Dominic Mysterio. There's Rhea Ripley, who she won. She had a great match night one versus Becky Lynch. But this was such. I thought this sets up so much stuff here, because I remember we were on the Wrestling Council, And we were, this was years ago when I had a wrestling podcast, and we were talking about, people like, Rhea Ripley was still in NXT, and she was about to come up. They had Shayna Baszler there, which I thought she was going to be a huge star, and they dropped the ball on that. Damian Priest was one of those people. Also Keith Lee, obviously he's in AEW now, like wrestling like once every 3 months, that kind of deal. But Damian Priest was one of the people in NXT, and we were like, this guy has the potential to be a star. They call him up, and he's like, he kind of gets a quick push, and then they just drop him way down again, and it looked like they were trying to give him a chance again. So he had won Money in the Bank. They had the Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins match for night 2, and Drew McIntyre won. And the place went crazy because they were so happy Drew McIntyre got to be the champion again. Because when he was the champion a few years ago, it was during the pandemic. So he had his WrestleMania moment. He talked about that. There was the Broken Skull sessions with Stone Cold Steve Austin, which you can watch on Peacock. And he talked about that was the disappointing part of his title reign, is he became the champion, but they were doing the matches in front of those the empty stadium. And, they had those monitors there where the fans were able to, it was like, it wasn't, he didn't get that real true WrestleMania moment after, cause when they did the Royal Rumble, he won it in front of everybody. And then he pointed to they do the WrestleMania thing where they point to the sign. And so he's going to WrestleMania to become the champion, but it's an empty WrestleMania. So he never really got that moment. So when he won in front of over 75,000 people and the place went crazy, CM Punk interfered, and then Damian cashed in the Money in the Bank. And I gotta be honest, this was because it really made me mad, and I loved it. It was, it's like, that's the thing. Don't always give the fans everything they want. You give them a little bit, and then you have to take it back. So, and I was happy to see this is, like I said, happy to see Damian actually get the championship. I don't know how long he's going to have the belt, but, apparently, CM Punk's talking about his rehab's going well. So this is setting up so much stuff. WWE is smoking hot right now. It's hotter than fish grease. I really there's so much I can talk. Like I said, there was so much good stuff on night 1, so much good stuff night 2. Obviously, in the final match between Cody and Roman Reigns, you get those little cameos. You get The Undertaker coming back. You get John Cena coming back. The Rock made another appearance. It was incredible. It was and then when Cody pinned Roman and won, it was such an incredible moment. And you could tell Cody was so choked up, and he was genuinely, I think that's why the fans just gravitated towards him. It was such a good moment. But again, congratulations to Cody. I know they said Roman is taking some time off, and The Rock is about to start shooting another movie. So, we're about to see what Cody can do. So this is going to be great. Before I get off, I was about to get off, but I do want to talk about, there was a moment night 1 that I wanted to talk about. They had the double tag team match because they had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship and the Raw Tag Team Championship up for grabs. And the Raw Championship went to Awesome Truth and The Miz, and I've talked about The Miz. The Miz is one of my favorite wrestlers, and his wife, Maurice, she was at WrestleMania, and she just had the surgery because they found precancerous cysts. They found like a dozen of them in her ovaries, and they had to do a hysterectomy on her and stuff. So it was so good. She posted some stuff on her Instagram, and it's so good to see her up and about and do that whole thing. My sister had to have a hysterectomy. It was the whole thing. but they had mentioned that R-Truth had been in like 7 WrestleManias and lost every single one. So to see him actually get a victory at WrestleMania with The Miz, so The Miz got the gold belt again. Obviously, R-Truth. I love R-Truth. I've been following him since he was K-Quick. So before I close off, I didn't want to forget that part because that was one of my favorite moments from night one. But the Jason Kelsey thing, when he had the luchador mask, I thought that was, they had him go. What was the guy? Lane Johnson. They were both on that Super Bowl team that beat the Patriots a few years ago when Jason Kelsey won his Super Bowl ring. And part of me was like, they should have tried to get Travis, but from everything I've been seeing, Travis is trying to spend as much time with Mrs. Taylor Swift before she has to go over to Europe. And they did say he's going to go over and spend some time with her over in Europe as well. But it was so cool to see Jason, with the luchador mask and stuff like, they had so many great moments, night one and night two. All of it is streaming on Peacock. I highly encourage you, if you've written off wrestling, if you haven't watched it in a while, the last few months of WWE has just it brought back some great memories, and I hope they keep it up. Triple H, man, they've got a great team there, because they had gotten into a funk and it had gotten real boring. And I'm excited. I want to see what's going to happen with CM Punk. I want to see everything. There's so much cool stuff happening in WWE right now. But WrestleMania night 1 and 2 were just phenomenal. A great event. I wish I could have been there. I would have loved to be there in person and watch that. But if you watched WrestleMania 40, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, give me a follow. I'm on Facebook. I'm on X. I'm on Threads. I'm on Instagram, all at Ikari Press. If you type in IkariPress.com, it will take you to my comic book brand, Way of the Gun. And I also have the link to my Gumroad in the description as well for those of you that want to check out some other projects. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.